Hello teacups, what's brewing? Welcome back to the channel. We have something new today. So I mentioned in my other react that I wanted to maybe look at glitter and lasers. So we're going from Gorl to GaL. And she has an Amazon Summer 2025 react up. So I thought we'd react to that today. I was actually going to film this last night, but then I accidentally deleted all the pictures I had prepared for this. I had a bit of a tantrum and just went to bed. They're back now, it's okay. I did wake up early, but 6:30 in the morning, not quite caffeinated. It's not the time to take on Anna, I tell you. But to be fair, she does seem as displeased to be here as I was this morning, so we're connected in that sense. Now, we're going to take a look at her haul. I'm going to provide a little bit more information than she did because she didn't really tell us anything. And I don't know if maybe that's to make people click on the links to find out because they're obviously affiliate links. No shame to her in terms of affiliates. Like it's her job, literally. She needs to make cash. But I was looking at the Amazon prices and you guys, they are ridiculous for the quality of things that she got in this haul. Maybe that's just standard America. I don't know. But here's the thing with Amazon. If you are buying from one of those brands that is all letters or has like a paragraph for their description for the item, you are buying from basically the same providers as the people who sell on cheaper platforms like Temu. The only reason the prices are higher is because people are willing to pay higher prices through Amazon because they have this idea that A, it's more reliable, and B, it might be better quality. And you also have the advantage of overnighting it, I suppose, as well. So what I've actually done today is I used the image search on my app for Temu, and I'm showing you the comparable item on that platform so you can see what it could actually cost if you bought it there. I realize there is a moral question in terms of cheaper providers like that, their labor practices, fast fashion in general. Clearly, Anna doesn't mind a fast fashion moment, and if you're buying from the same providers and just paying 2 to 3 times as much, I don't think the question really here is a moral one. Feel free to disagree with me on that. I'm sure there are people out there that won't use either platform. But let's get into Anna, and we'll do a little bit of comparison. At the end of the video, I will tell you the total cost she spent, and I will tell you the total cost she could have spent. This is not an ad for Temu, it just happens to be the comparator I have, because I wanted something that was accessible to Americans. I've converted the OMR price because I'm in Oman. And if I went to the American site, it was like, oh no, you have to re-register for America. And I was like, oh God. So I've just converted it, but you get the idea. All right, I've blabbed on. Let's get started.
When I was thinking about this week's plus size fashion haul, and I was like, you know, it's summer, we're looking for outfits. Like, what do the plus size girlies want to wear this summer? Like, what is the vibe? And I was reading your comments, which I'm trying to do more of now, and I just saw this one comment and I was like, I'm doing that. And it was someone who was like, I keep seeing these cute Amazon sets. When are you gonna show us what the plus size girlies can get? And I was like, well, today. So if you want to...
Sets can be really nice for summer, I think. I'm a little bit excited about this. It's always really easy to buy a set, and so if you can find a nice one, then great. But the keyword is nice one.
See what you can get from Amazon that is going to support your curvy body. Don't worry, I got you, babe. Let's get into it.
All right.
I've never looked this good and felt this cheap.
As a point, she paid, I've got notes. She paid $46.99 for this. What are you doing paying nearly $50 for this? There was a 7% coupon, and in my final tally, I have calculated that in, but I just forgot to write down what the number was. She's also tied this in a way that makes it look like a dress, which is fine. I think this would be beautiful as a dress, but it's not intended that way.
The fabric feels really cheap. I'm a
classy
classy lady,
see it.
But the fabric...
You're a classy lady, Anna.
It doesn't feel great, but it looks so good. So I'm like, how would they know?
Yeah, what's the problem? I think she does look good in this dress, and it came in lots of different colors. I'm actually going to insert here the listing on Amazon and the listing in Temu, so you can see them. It won't be side by side because they won't both fit on the screen properly, but...
I am so conflicted because this looked so good on me and I felt really sexy and hot, which is hard when you're in full body compression, but it felt so icky and cheap.
Does that matter that much? If you have a texture issue, then yes, like I can understand it irritating you. But if it fulfills the purpose and it looks good, I don't think it's as big as an issue as you think.
I also was a little confused by this tie in the front. I feel like it was a little bit too exaggerated, and so it made it a little weird when I was like wrapping it around.
Looking at the picture on Amazon, that is how it's supposed to look. It's meant to have like a crossover and I guess wrap around the back and then wrap around the front a little bit, like, you know, when you do with aprons sometimes. I think the problem is Anna has some crop here. She has a crop top and a maxi, but when she wears crop, she doesn't like to leave the midriff open. So she pulls everything up, and you can do that, but then why not just wear a dress?
But I'm really just looking for reasons to not keep it because I thought it looked really good on me. So
the reason to not keep it is you spent $47 on it.
Honestly, it's a super affordable option. Do I think it's high quality? No, but does it look good on my body? Hell yeah. And sometimes that's all you're looking for.
I do like that she did mention it was not high quality, to be fair, because she's got affiliate links down the bottom. People should know that before they click on it.
So it's a great option for that. I don't know if I should keep this.
Oh,
like,
dear
part of
God.
me is...
Do not keep that. I don't have a comparison for this, but I feel like any comparison I found would not be.
I'm very happy about the colors. But the other part of me is like, do I look ridiculous?
You can't just buy things for the colors, and I've fallen into this trap. You can't just buy things for the colors, Anna. Now, when I was looking for this on Temu, I didn't find the exact color match. I found this outfit, but I found it in like a beige and white. If I were willing to look a little bit longer, the second time through I was saving this, I might have found these colors, but I'm just looking for an equivalent here. I did find though, and let me see if I've got that picture anywhere, you could, if you were really set on this color, also do it in a different pattern. I saw one very similar to this in like an orange and pink checkerboard pattern, if you wanted to be equally obnoxious, but it was the same price as the beige and white one. So for the sake of what she actually had here,
I'm keeping it because it's cute, it's comfortable, and I can do what I want because I'm an adult with a credit card.
You absolutely can do what you want because you're an adult with a credit card, but you would think you would learn how to use it a bit better. She paid $41.99 for this. I would keep this as maybe, well, not even a summer set of pajamas, because I don't know where she's going in this outfit. It seems to be a knit, even if it's a thin knit, and it's got a turtleneck. Like, if you're buying it for summer, this is a sweater, then with a pair of shorts made out of the same material. I could see this as a sweater with a pair of jeans. I think she should try it like that. Because her style is her style. Like, she can do any pattern she wants. But I don't understand it for the purpose she's saying it. Like, is someone gonna buy this for summer? I don't see it. Maybe for like end of summer, beginning of autumn, the weather's starting to get a bit cooler in the evenings, I'll wear it with a pair of jeans.
I didn't want to love this. I didn't. I thought I was being a little ridiculous purchasing it, but then it was so soft and so cute on that I'm obsessed with it. Especially since I don't usually like things around my neck. I'm very like sensitive.
You've said that a lot. So is it like, it's made of the same material, but I feel bad zooming in on her ass. Sorry, Anna, my bad. But if I just, okay, here. You can see, sorry for the close-up, the label right through that. So she's wearing compression garments, which means it's not revealing anything it shouldn't reveal. But I do not believe for a second that this wouldn't be see-through if you were wearing it just with a pair of underwear. Because it's obviously not very well made. It's obviously quite thin, which is why she's bought it like summer weight, I suppose. But you would have to wear some kind of suit under that in order to make it decent. And if you did that, you're not going to have the cooling effect of the striped sweater. So it would be a miss for me because I don't understand the purpose of where you're wearing this to. And also, I do think it's on the hideous side. As a set, as a sweater, I'd be there for it.
Without it, it's weird. I don't know. But I like this one. And that's so unusual for me. I don't know if it's just big enough or there's something about the way the fabric feels that it doesn't bother me, but I really love this. I also love the way it feels. It's so light. Like, yes, it's a knit, but this is lighter than some t-shirts I have. And I think it just would be really cool for, like, I don't know, sitting by the pool late night or on a boat. Oh yeah, this would definitely kill for a boat.
If we're just going on the image of life in her head, this isn't the pattern I imagine when I think of elegant people on a boat.
But I don't have any boating trips planned. Maybe I should plan one. I just like it. That's it. I just like it. It's my favorite colors. It's comfortable. It's cute. It's lightweight.
Fair. Okay. If you like it, do it. Because ultimately, I can give my opinions, but I'm not the one wearing it.
Why wouldn't I keep it? I feel like this might be too short.
I feel like this was probably the same length as the last one. Am I going crazy? This one is slightly cheaper on Amazon. It's $33.99. And it is at least like short sleeve, which you would expect for the summer. But it was also cheaper on Temu. Anna does not look happy. She's genuinely sort of irritated to be here through this whole thing, but she ain't happy in this.
Might be too much of a short, but I kind of vibe with it.
I don't think you do.
I don't know about this set.
Yeah.
I don't know if I vibe with it.
Okay, well that's a bit of a mixed message, Anna.
I think it's too basic for me. I think that's why I don't like it. I think, I have been at war with stripes for a little while. As you see in the last set, I really like stripes now, but I'm still like not confident or comfortable in stripes. I don't know what that is. It's not because of the weight thing. I just think that stripes are a certain type of girl, and I'm not that girl, but clearly I am that girl because I like the last set.
As crazy as that sounds when you try and jumble through that word salad, I sort of get where she's coming from. Okay, I have been lighter than this. I've also been heavier than this. But Anna and I have kind of the same shape. Mine's a little less exaggerated, but I've always been pear-shaped. So the idea of kind of being disproportionately wider in the hip and in the thigh area is not news to me. I have lived with it. That is actually often why I prefer dresses, because you throw them on, they're very flattering in the areas that are a little bigger, and you get a nice shape. The thing with patterns, and both Anna and I love a pattern, is that they're generally quite forgiving, even though because Anna likes such bright patterns, you can look and be like, oh, you are focusing on the pattern, not the body underneath it a lot of the time. When you have something very simple, particularly in white that shows every lump and bump, you're focusing less on the outfit and more on the person in the outfit, and I think that makes her uncomfortable. I could be completely misreading that. But the idea of like simple and classic lines has never really been Anna's vibe. So I do think she thinks it's a bit boring, but I also don't think it flatters her as well as some of the more adventurous stuff she does in terms of like pattern and colour. Because her personality does have a part in what we see on her body, clearly. So she would seem out of place in an outfit like this, which is what she's talking about when she was like, oh, this girl. In fact, we'll listen to her rant on this first.
We're confused. Also, I don't have the same feelings about vertical stripes that I have about horizontal stripes. I just feel like this girl is in the country club, and I'm not a country club type of girl.
I don't think the country club will let you in that outfit. And I don't mean her specifically, necessarily. Anna has her own look, and Pulpy was actually showing an old haul of hers where she was going through, well, not a haul, going through her closet, and she had a couple of really nice pieces in there, a couple of horrendous ones, but she had this kind of yellow dress that she wore that was beautiful, but sort of clean, classic, preppy, which is what I think she's seeing in this outfit, is not her look in general. So it would be quite a departure for her.
You get what I mean? But this set doesn't feel country club. So I'm just a big contradiction here, guys. I don't know. Don't trust me. If you like it, buy it. If you don't, don't.
All right, Anna. Don't have a heart attack over this, my love. It's okay to just be like, I don't think this looks good on me. I don't want to keep it.
I mentally can't decide how I feel about it, so it's going to go back because it means I won't wear it. And that's what that means. If I'm conflicted, I probably won't wear it.
She sounded a little bit on the edge of tears there.
And that's a good way to make a decision on whether you should buy something. If you're like that, probably it's a no.
Actually, good advice.
It'll probably sit in your closet with like a bunch of other things you thought you would wear, and you'll never wear it. So don't get it. I love this.
Oh, Jesus. No, Anna. $29.99 on Amazon. This looks like she has been trapped at gunpoint in some kind of old school roller disco with like Olivia Newton-John's Let's Get Physical going on in the background. It also looks very different on her than it does on Amazon. However, in a slight turn of events, I prefer it on her body shape than on the picture. Because the picture, the person in it looks very straight, and because the top is meant to be so loose, it kind of makes the model look a bit like an inverted triangle. And I prefer it on kind of a shape here, even if she is a bit wider at the hip. However, I don't think this fits her, and she will go on to say that. And there's a conversation to be had here about sizing that I don't want to be mean about, but I don't think she picks her right size, and that can happen online. But what's really common, particularly when you're going through like a journey, shall we say, with your body, is that you will pick things and you'll think, oh, I want to fit into that, I want this look, but your body won't be ready for them yet. So I feel like a lot of the time, Anna picks like aspirational clothes, goal clothes, and thinks, well, no, these should fit me because I've done this work, or I've had this surgery, or I'm waiting for the compression to come off, or I fit into an XXL in this thing once and therefore all XXL should fit me. But then we'll talk about how sizing is basically meaningless and you need to look at the size chart and there's no consistency between brands or even within brands. So she is aware of all these problems, and it is a problem within fashion, but she's aware of all these problems and she'll still look and get whatever size she wants to present. Now in this case, the biggest size was an XXL, which is the biggest size in straight sizes rather than a lower size in plus sizes, because often they're constructed differently. And I think she needs a plus cut rather than a straight cut, and that will differ between brands as well. But I think like 75% of the problems she has with some of these outfits are down to her not being reflective enough on her needs or careful enough with her sizing charts. And Anna is capable of doing alteration. So an easy rule of thumb for her while she's going through changes in her body, which surgery will clearly do, would be to always size up, because the point would be always fit the largest part of your body, which in her case, she would go for a fit on her thighs, and then adjust the things you need to adjust. So take the waistband in. She has the skills to do that. There's no need to say, well, I ordered this and it doesn't fit. Okay, well, always order up, and then you can always be sure of getting something that fits you in a flattering way.
It's a pretty big, but it just doesn't fit my bottom half the way I want it to fit. It might work in the future,
Yeah.
but for now, I'm gonna return it.
I do think it's also hideous to look at. That's nothing to do with Anna. I just think the outfit is awful. But she does redeem it in a second. Let me show you.
But I'm gonna save the product link in
Please
case things change.
No,
And if they
don't wear this out.
Oh well.
Don't wear this
I
in
will
front of
say,
people with
if
eyes.
you have smaller thighs, I'm wearing, I think this is a 2X or an extra large, I'm not 100% sure, but
It was an XXL.
this is very generous. Very generous and very stretchy and very comfortable. So it's giving. It's giving, and then it's also giving, like forgiving. This is the Barbie set of your dreams.
And that is where she sold me. I was like, oh, wait. If you were doing a Halloween costume and you wanted that Barbie look, absolutely keep this. This would be perfect for that. Now, do I think you should worry about that now in like June? No, I don't think it's that important. And I also don't think you should necessarily look at your clothes and look at your summer choices and think, would this work well as a costume? No, I think you should see if you'll enjoy wearing it. And it's fine if you do. If Barbie is your look, go for it. But I don't think that's where Anna is right now.
Caveat, I think this only goes up to a 2XL. Yes, it only goes up to a 2XL. I feel like this is just a little too tight on my thighs for me right now. Things are always going to be tight on my thighs. I've got some candid juice of thighs, but this is just a little bit too tight for me.
Okay,
but
fair.
this is giving Barbie fantasy. And what
Yes, it
I'm
is.
caveat with is the waist is so freaking stretchy. So if you are someone that has a little bit of a less meaty thigh, this might work for you even if you are in between a 2 and 3. I love this color. I love this set. I am mad that it doesn't work for me right now, but I'm also not going to keep something that I don't feel 100% confident in.
Again, which is a good idea, especially because she is in compression garments right now, and her body will change with swelling through the day. She goes into that in a little bit. I've been in compression garments, I know. But it means that right now, her body is basically as smooth as it will be. Once she takes the compression garments off, you don't know how it will look under a material like this that's going to be very unforgiving.
Yet. So I know where it is. I know where the link is. I can always go back and buy it if it works for my body at another time. But right now I'm going to send it back for somebody else to enjoy. Just a little bit of a bummer. It's also very soft. Like the fabric is pretty lightweight and really good stretch, so it is a comfortable set as well. Maybe in the future, but it's okay if not. Okay, this feels like...
I don't mean to keep saying that. Here's the thing with this. Untuck the top, Anna. Untuck the top. This is look 5. She paid $42.99 for this. This is not $42.99. This is a pair of pajamas. Or, what I think it's intended for, is a very simple loungewear. So what I've done, I actually have, you can get some of these sets, and I'm just going to show you the material. Do you see this? So, quite thin, very comfortable, also very cheap. And what happens is, the local stores here, they'll have their rails and stuff, and then in the middle, they'll have the offers. So, you know when you can just get a cheap graphic tee, and it's like, I don't know, two for $3, whatever it is, 2 for $5. They will also have those kinds of tables with mix and match sets. So I bought this one, which was a pair of trousers and a t-shirt top in the same material. And then I bought the same thing with a black bottom and a blue top, so I could mix and match a little bit. That seems to be what this is designed to be, which is fine. It is not $43. They sell these in my local store for like, bought separately, $2.50 for the top, $3.50 for the bottoms, or you can buy the set for $5. That's the price point we're looking at, around like the $12, $15 mark. And I think that's fair for all of these things. These are the kind of clothes at the kind of quality where for between like $10 to $15, you take a chance. When you get it up in the 40s, I would not pay that for these. She does need to iron them, but also untuck the top and wear it like, you know, the very unstructured, loose 70s kind of sets. You could style this 70s, and that might be the orange I'm thinking of, but there we go.
Kind of like Dressed in Lala, like a budget version of it, which I don't hate. I wish it had pockets.
I wish you would untuck it.
I mean, I guess it does have pockets, but I feel I would never put my phone there.
I wouldn't
It's very soft.
The way she's speaking on this, she sounds so nervous. It's like literally someone's got a gun pointed to her from over the camera. It's really soft. What are you afraid of?
Very breathable. And I'm
doesn't
probably
look
going to keep
breathable.
it, but like, for pajamas.
Pajamas, I'd be here for.
Because I don't know if this looks like real clothes.
I don't think it particularly does. I'd wear it as loungewear because if my door goes, I don't want to be wearing pajamas here. So it's comfortable like pajamas, but it's acceptable as an open the door outfit. She doesn't seem comfortable with how it's fitting around kind of the stomach area. So again, why not just untuck it?
I feel like it looks like pajamas.
All right.
This set, I really love the color, but it's for fall. This is not a summer set.
All right, you ordered it for a Somerset haul though, so what are you doing? There were other colors available. I wouldn't say any of the other colors were that great either, but there were other colors available.
But I believe they have other colors that might work well for the summer.
But we didn't order them.
like orange, okay? I just like orange, but I'm looking at it and it's giving pumpkin spice.
All right, so you filmed this video to recommend outfits for others or for yourself? Because it seems like you're trying to sell the outfits essentially to be like, oh, click my link, go buy them. And it's fine and good to be honest about your opinions on them, but if your big problem here is this seems inappropriate to season, that seems like a personal issue.
And I'm probably not going to wear it because it feels fall. So I'm not keeping it, but I might look and see if there's a better color.
Why didn't you look before you ordered?
If this is something you're looking for, and
you see, pulled out, I still don't love it as an outfit. I would agree it definitely looks pajamas, but I don't think tucked in is the way to go.
Don't already have in your wardrobe like a comfy, lightweight lounge set. This is a really great version of that. I have that. And I probably won't wear this color right now.
I think she hates this. And that's the thing with Anna, like, she'll promote anything she gets paid to promote, so you can't trust her opinions on this, because no matter what it looks like, she's going to stand there mostly and give that smile and give the twirl and be like, look how happy I am doing this, when she's clearly not happy with it. Which is why these interview sections are so disjointed from the try-on section. And I think partially it's because she's used to a lot of short form content, and she does clip the try-on section for the shorts and for the TikTok and stuff.
So it's not a keep for me, but it is a great piece of clothing. I don't think it is. I think it's an okay piece of clothing. I think it's a make-do piece of clothing. It will do the job you need it to do at a low price, but you're not paying a low price for it. Sometimes hard to decide what to keep or even to purchase, because you don't know until it shows up how it's gonna, sway. And this definitely is just giving too much, pumpkin spice latte for, 100 degrees, which it currently is in Texas.
This will not be a hot outfit to wear. I can tell from that fabric, like, it would be perfectly comfortable. It's okay that she doesn't like it on.
10 out of 10. Comfortable, good fabric, pockets.
I am smiling here because I actually love this outfit on her. Guys, she's been wearing a lot of outfits to spite her compression garments. I think this is something that's very much her personality, that she could wear out with her compression garments and it wouldn't look so out of place. It was $36.99 off of Amazon, and actually this is the one thing that I could not find an equivalent for on Temu properly, and maybe with a bit more looking I could have. I found the t-shirts, and I will show you that, or have shown you that depending on how I edit this, but couldn't find it in a set. However, when you go onto Amazon and there are other tie-dye styles in this design, you could find those other tie-dye styles in Temu if you wanted, because there were other choices. She does look a lot more comfortable in this one. This appears to fit her comfortably.
The only thing that makes me disappointed in this,
because everything has to be disappointing in some way,
is that I didn't tie-dye it myself, because I'm capable of this.
Well, you didn't put the time and effort into doing that, so if you're buying things online, I don't think your complaint can be, but I bought this.
But sometimes it's just nice to buy it versus make it. So I love this. I had 2 items that were like literally knock them out of the park when it came to sets, and
spoiler alert, I only agree with her on one. But this one, you can come for me, but I actually like it on her.
And this is the first one. This is awesome. This is so cool. It's like a terry on the inside, like a super lightweight terry. It is very comfortable. I love that of all the short sets, this does not have like a 1-inch inseam. It's got probably like a 4-inch, and it seems to sit a little bit higher on the waist.
Again, I think that might be partly to do with sizing. Yes, some shorts will ride up higher, but if you are not wearing correct sizes, then you're also going to stretch out that material. And it's, like when you have like a t-shirt that's too tight and might roll up a little bit at the bottom, you're going to have that, but in shorts. And I say that as somebody who has wider thighs. There's a reason I don't wear shorts. So some of that may have been self-inflicted.
It just feels better for my body. So I instantly fell in love with this. And honestly, if I needed another set, I would buy another set. I just don't need one right now.
Right, but more power to her. I think this is the choice. The first look I quite liked. She was wearing it to suit herself rather than I think how the style's supposed to be. And this one I quite like.
Because they have other tie-dye prints. So if this is not your cup of tea, I know it is loud because I am loud and I like loud things. But it is a really fun, good set for the summer.
Good.
And I think it's just like, it looks so nice. It has pockets, like I can't say anything negative.
It looks a little better constructed than some of the others, and given that this one is $37, just shows you there's not a lot of correlation between price and quality.
About it, it's a really good set at a really good price point that actually will come to you overnight. So it is the magical trifecta that we all hope for when we shop on Amazon. Fast delivery, fantastic fit, and funky fresh designs. I was trying to keep it all the F's and then it just got weird. That's like me. Just get
a little bit awkward. You edit this video, you could just re-record.
Make it weird. This is so dope.
This is appalling. Anna, what are you doing? Now, one caveat to that, I suppose, in the pictures on Amazon, it does show people wearing them like next to a pool with like a vest top underneath and the shirt open, so you're wearing it a bit like a jacket, and the plain color underneath breaks it up a little bit. And I feel like I could go with that a bit more, because I'd be a lot more forgiving of the pattern if it were broken up and if it were intended as a by the pool outfit. So it might just be the fact that she's buttoned it up and how she's wearing it right now.
It's very comfortable, it's very loud, it's very colorful. It's very me. It's just very me.
Okay, fair. If you love it, love the things you love. I would say put a shirt under it, open it. I will say that it seems to fit her, again, better than some of the things she's tried. But I also think she's got a pocket or something in the side there. And again, it's a little bit see-through, unless that is something else underneath. I think that's the pocket in the shorts showing over it. And I'm not sure I would love that, to be honest.
Okay, this set is such a freaking vibe. Oh, I'm obsessed with it. Remember how I said I don't hate horizontal stripes? Well, this baby is horizontal stripes.
That
and
it
I
is.
love
Editing Milk, these are in fact vertical stripes, and we are both idiots.
the colors.
You can see the fabric a little bit more when we've got the close-up, when it's not on. And it's that kind of crinkle fabric. I did find an equivalent on Temu. I found it in the green. I didn't find it in this stripe. There were some other options in vertical stripes that were available in the same style, but weren't exactly the same. So I'm just gonna link the green ones because I could see the green one was the same material and use the same picture, so.
I love, like, I would have never thought of these exact colors together, especially this pink and purple, but for some reason I love it. And even though it is, you know, a lower quality set in some ways, looking at the seaming at the edge and just the fabric material.
She paid $45.99 for this. The stripe particularly was $45.99. Now what I've done for the totals is different colors with different prices. So on average, the set from this seller was about 40. So I've just given her the 40.
It has little details that are quite impressive for this price point. Like the buttons are all different colors, which I think is just like a super little nod to the set and something that is kind of thoughtful. We've got a lined collar. It feels good. It fits good.
Hear me out, Anna. The shirt open with like a plain color underneath, maybe white, and maybe like a jean skirt, little denim skirt underneath it. So then you've got the fun of the print, but it's broken up with other things. I feel like that's a good idea. Or if you want to do it the other way around, keep the shorts, have the top and a jean jacket. I know I'm using jean a lot in this mental idea, but I think there are ways she could wear this and enjoy it and it be fun that's not this.
An actually functioning drawstring waist. So sometimes when you see these lower cost items, the waist doesn't actually work. And this,
I got caught out. The other day, I ordered some things from Temu. The other day, this was months ago. I don't know why I said that. I ordered some things from Temu, and one of them was just a cheap pair of wide leg trousers because I'd seen a pair that was a bit more expensive in a store here, and I didn't have time to try them on. And I was like, let me just try one from Temu and see. And they are fine, they fit, they've got the elasticated waist, but it is a completely fake drawstring, which I'm not loving.
This one actually has it. Actually, none of the sets we tried on today didn't even have an elastic at the waist or a drawstring, and this one does. This is super cute, and if you're looking for just like a fun rainbow set, or even something just to throw on over a swimsuit,
that I could see. Okay, fair.
this is a great little set to do that. Have a solid color swimsuit. These shorts can be just like poolside shorts. You can throw the top over if it gets too sunny, or if you're heading to the pool or want to go eat after. It's actually pretty versatile. And Plissé is really forgiving if your body changes throughout the day, if you swell up or you have any issues like that. This is going to work with your body as it changes throughout the day, because a lot of people don't know that your body does swell and bloat and change all through the day. Like,
I could believe that happens to her. Because especially now, I was in China when I was wearing my first set of compression garments, and especially in the heat, which she's in right now, I would step outside and within about 5-10 minutes I'd be slightly hunched over because everything would just swell slightly. So I can believe that she is feeling that as she recovers, and that will probably be true for her even after she takes compression off. However, I think she means like day to day when she's not post-surgery. And in that case, I would say just wear more comfortable clothes. Because if you are wearing really tight clothes in order to get into a size, or because you just like it, then you're already at capacity of the garment. If you swell up, you're going to feel it.
Every couple hours, your body is fundamentally a little bit different, and clothes like this really support that change in our bodies without making us feel bad. So I love it. That is my Amazon plus size haul that was inspired by one of your comments. So please do comment what you want to see, because I might just make it.
I'm going to stop her there. She does a little bit of chat about how she was really happy she got the comment, but she can't remember who the commenter is. So in terms of the total price, because she does not share this on here, she spent, within a few cents, $270 on that haul based on prices as they currently stand in Amazon. That includes the 7% discount on look 1 and has me averaging $40 for look 7, because some of them were cheaper and she had ones that were the most expensive, which was $45.99. Looking at the same things on Temu, with the exception of me only being able to find the top for the tie-dye, it was $31.98 in Omani Real, which is $84. I would say there is likely no discernible difference in quality between the two things, because it seems like all of the links she showed were from those sellers that we discussed at the beginning of this video. So my advice at the end of this is ignore the sizes, use the size chart, and if you are buying from suppliers that you don't think will give you or aren't known for particularly quality items, don't fall for doing it on Amazon, because they've probably come from cheaper platforms. Okay everyone, I'm gonna leave you there and I will see you next time. Bye bye.